Hey, what's going on, guys? WAP here, bringing you another Pokemon Showdown session. This time we got you a little team. We got you a little team that I created for some UU action. Now, before we get started, this team right here, if you want to win in UU, just use a team similar to this. This is pretty much every team that's running around right now is something similar to this, like 2 Pursuit users with Charizard and just really broken things. So I kind of made this team, and I'm trying to counter some of that stuff. Now, I don't know how well it's going to work. It's worked pretty well so far, but again, I went up against that exact team. I literally copy-pasted it. I went up against this team and just got destroyed because, again, you got to kind of whore out if you want to like get super high on the ladder. So I'm not that low on the ladder. I'm actually going to switch my account around to my regular WAF accounts. So anyway, yeah, I'll just go over the team really quick. We got Jirachi, just the typical sub-toxic set. It's really annoying, and I don't know what it really counters. I guess it counters Latias, which I guess my team would have trouble with, and that's really about it. It's blanket check to, I guess, psychic types and dragon types in general. Next up we have Silvally Fairy. This is like the only actual answer to, it's like the only actual answer to Weavile in the entire tier. It doesn't take anything from like any of its attacks other than maybe Poison Jab. But it pretty much counters it really well and has good, you know, just good pivoting potential with Parting Shot. And we have Spadef Gigalith, again, like the only real counter to Charizard Y right now. And basically just with everything, I might switch this out for like Protect or something, just because I already have Toxic on Jirachi. But having Toxic on this is pretty nice, so I don't know. Then we have Choice Scarf Breloom, which is pretty interesting. It actually has Mach Punch because there are so many things that are still faster than it, sadly. Like Mega Aerodactyl and like Weavile can still go for Ice Shard against you. So if you have a Scarfed Mach Punch, it actually has higher priority than Weavile's Ice Shard, which is pretty cool. So this is a nice anti-meta thing, and Bullet Seed still hits really hard even without a boosting item. Next up we have Latias, just Defog, standard. Soul Dew has been nerfed, as you guys know, so it's just basically like having a, I don't know, like a dragon, whatever it's called, like a dragon plate and a psychic plate at the same time. And just Defog, Draco Meteor, Psych Shock, Roost. This is like my counter to Keldeo, because that's in this tier for some reason. And then Calm Mind, Volt Switch, Raikou. This is my win condition, and another good pivot. It functions really well with Silvally Fairy. Anyway, just gonna jump right into the tier. Let's see how this goes. I'm a little lower on the ladder. I kind of want to be lower on the ladder so I can verse teams that are kind of unique. This team's pretty cool, I guess. Not gonna lie. I like it. I like it. I'm going to lead off with Raikou, because he does not have an electric immunity, and it just matches up pretty well against his team in general. This guy's got Serena. Any of you who are into Rule 34, you know, you'll know what's up. He leads off with Scizor. He's just going to U-turn, I'm sure. Since he didn't Bullet Punch, I can safely go into Silvally. Yeah. I wouldn't have gone into it, but really the only Steel move that it ever uses is Bullet Punch, so yeah, that actually worked pretty well. Double Blade comes out, and I will outspeed this no matter what. I will just go for a Parting Shot, weaken it a little bit, and I don't really have anything for Double Blade. I haven't really seen it at all running around, so Double Blade's actually very scary for this team. I'm going to probably have to sack something to kill this. I really haven't had any experience with this. Like I said, there are so many, like, UU is a huge tier right now. There's so many things in this tier that you have to prepare for that you really can't prepare for everything, so this team in particular has a weakness to Double Blade, apparently, which isn't good. But I guess I will just go for my Raikou play. And I don't really have the best switch-ins to this, like I said. I think I'll just Volt Switch Parting Shot kind of over and over again if he was going to stay in. Because that way, if he was going to stay in, I could have went into Silvally on the Shadow Claw and just kind of went back and forth like that, kept weakening him. Serena comes out. I really don't care too much. I will just go into Jirachi here. And nothing on this team really wants to switch into a Fire Punch. So I think I'm just going to go straight for it. I really don't see why I wouldn't. Nothing on his team appreciates being burned. And his 2 switchings would probably be Double Blade or Scizor. And that was a crit, so this is definitely defensive. I don't really care now. I will just set up a sub. I just was kind of scouting. I didn't know if he was Assault Vest or whatever. He probably thought I was scarfed, so that's good. Or what? No, he saw the leftovers. He did not think that I was scarfed. But, Lycanroc comes out. This thing is so frail that I think Iron Head will still do a good amount of damage to it. Yeah, it's still a 2-hit KO. And I will actually just stay in, because I expect him to get up his rocks, as he does, and that is Lycanroc gone. I can actually defog against quite a few things on his team. Golisopod comes out. Do I really care? A little bit. A little bit. I'm going to go into Savali on the first impression, and I will just Parting Shot again. I've had this scenario happen a few times, and I will just go into Breloom here. Because with the attack drop, he's not going to be doing too much to me. And I'm not really sure what he's going to go out into. Anytime he goes out into his Serena, that's just a free switch for my Jirachi. But he'll probably U-turn this time. So I'll just go for a Bullet Seed and get some damage off on it. It's definitely defensive. If I can get 3 hits here, then that would be great. Alright, fantastic. I didn't really need that many hits because I was just going to go for it again because I am Scarfed. But, yeah. So that is Serena gone. As you can see, this does hit very hard. That was definitely a max HP Serena, for sure. And it did that much damage. So his Scizor is probably going to be coming out, or his Golisopod. Again, I really don't care. Even if Savali gets weakened, I don't really care. First impression, again, I'm just going to go for Rest this time. Which is probably actually pretty unnecessary. He might just go for an Aqua Jet and finish me off, which is fine. He's taking Life Orb Recoil with that. And I could predict that and just go straight out into Breloom, but he might predict me predicting that, so... here I'm just going to go into Raikou again, and he probably thinks that I am Specs or Assault Vest or something, because I don't think I've actually gotten any Life Orb, or any Leftovers Recovery. No, I haven't. So yeah, he'll think that I'm Assault Vest most likely, or choiced in some way, so I can use that to bluff a little bit later on. So he goes into his Raichu. And I will just take this opportunity to defog. I got rid of his rockers, so I don't have to worry about it. So he stays in, probably going for a Volt Switch. HP Ice. Okay, that looks like Specs damage for sure. Yeah, that is absolutely 100% Specs damage. So I'm just going to go into Gigalith and get up my rocks. He goes into Doublade. This thing is a threat. I think it's very scary. Yeah, if he Sword Stances up, I don't know if I can even deal with this thing, to be completely honest with you. I think I'm just going to have to Earthquake it and hope that I can do enough damage. That does nothing. Okay, he is defensive. That is great to know. If he would have been a Sword Stance set, I probably would have just gotten 1v1 by this thing. So, thank God he is not Sword Stance. That would have been very bad. So, now I can just get up my rocks. It's good to know that he is defensive. This Gyro Ball does absolutely nothing. And at this point, do I need Gigalith for anything? It'd be nice to keep it just to have a little check, like a secondary check to Raichu in the background. So what don't I need, I guess is the question here. I really don't need Breloom, so I will just sack my Breloom right now. And I think I will just go for... I don't really even want to put this to sleep. Do I? I might as well go for the Spore. As he goes for Shadow Sneak. So that is this entire moveset revealed. Doesn't really do much for me. So he is most likely especially defensive. I'm just gonna have to slowly wear this thing down, honestly. Yeah, that actually did quite a bit of damage. So I will just Volt Switch out now. Luckily he did not go for any priority moves. He's probably just going to be going for another Sacred Sword. I don't see why he wouldn't. And Latias is probably going to get sacked here. Yep, dies to Shadow Sneak, which is okay. It's okay, it's fine. It's no big deal. No big deal at all. So I'll just go into Jirachi. I doubt his Shadow Sneak will really be doing too much for me. I'm pretty defensive, and he is defensive as well. So Fire Punch should be able to take him out for sure. And yeah, that did barely anything. Golisopod comes out. I will just go into Gigalith. And he will be worn down very soon. I think I want to calc how much Golisopod will be doing. It's definitely 252 Adamant. He has a Life Orb as well. I just need to see how much it does to Raikou with an Aqua Jet. Okay. So I definitely cannot afford to go into Raikou because I need that to tank a Bullet Punch later. Unforts. Alright, Aqua Jet doesn't do too much to me. And I do not take any damage from the Sandstorm, which is good. As his Raichu comes out. And I don't think I can take 2 Thunderbolts with Raikou. I highly doubt that I can take 2 with Raichu. So say +1, assume it specs Thunderbolt. Not that, no, not 10 million volt Thunderbolt. I don't think anybody uses that. I cannot. I can take 1. Because I need this to be alive in order to deal with Scizor. I know I'm doing a lot of calcs here, guys, but I also need to see how much my Thunderbolt does to... I'm just going to assume it's a Choice Band Scizor. So my Thunderbolt... Because basically there's 2 ways I can win this. I can either sack this to the Thunderbolt. I think Raichu is the best play. If he crits me, then he crits me, and I'm pretty much screwed. Yep, that is specs damage as I expected. And at this point... Actually, that was not the play. In no way was that the play, guys. Because I can't knock him out with anything. Yeah, that was a very bad play on my part. I might lose now. Yeah, I really might lose because of that. I don't know why I did that. Okay, that was bad. Oh god. GG. Sorry. Oh, that was bad. Okay, that was bad. Don't do what I just did right there. Because if I would have just went out and, or if I would have saved my Raikou, then I would have been able to live a Bullet Punch and potentially knock him out. It would have been a roll, but I would have been able to potentially knock him out. I just threw the game there. That was my bad. That was a brain fart. It was a very, very bad idea. Do not appreciate it. Actually going up against another pretty cool team. Raikou is again the best lead possible in this scenario. So he leads off with Decidueye. Do I need Raikou to be healthy at all? Yes, so I will just Volt Switch on out. And I just need to find out what type of set he is. This thing is actually very threatening to my team. I don't have very many good Decidueye answers. Especially if he is like an offensive Swords Dance set. I'm not sure. If he's like a Swords Dance Z-move set. Okay, he's not Z-move, he has leftovers, so. He might be the Swords Dance Baton Pass set, as he is slower than me. Which is scary. And he crits me with Leaf Blade, which is fantastic. Some good stuff. Good stuff. That crit is very annoying, because I would have been able to get a Toxic off on him. So I guess my play is to just sack Raikou, because unfortunately he crit my Gigalith. If he wouldn't have crit me, I could have Toxic'd him and then just stalled him out with my Silvally, because I do have Rest Talk. And that does nothing. Okay, he's definitely Spadef. Like I said, guys, I could have stalled him out with my Toxic. He probably has Roost as well. It's probably like a Roost defog set. Yeah, I have to get a Toxic off on him. It's my only way of beating him. He'll probably know that and go out into Salazzle. As he does not. He actually lets me poison this thing, which is nice, and I just have to hope for Iron Head flinches, pretty much. Which is definitely possible. That's why Jirachi is so annoying. If he's smart, he'll just switch out and do his, not this, but it works. Iron Barbs is annoying. But what can he do to me? He's probably gonna Nuzzle. So he goes for Zing Zap. That's annoying. Okay, his Life Orb. That would explain why he did so much damage to me. He's probably just gonna stay in. Okay, he actually goes for Volt Switch, and that does not break my sub, which is great. Because nothing really appreciates Jirachi, aside from Salazzle. Which is a threat and a half. I'm very glad that I have a Scarf Breloom in this game, or else Salazzle would just destroy me. He has Black Sludge. Interesting. I need to see. I'm almost positive that a Breloom Rock Tomb should be able to definitely knock it out, but I just want to make sure. There's no reason to not make sure about that. Salazzle, yeah, Rock Tomb is a guaranteed KO. So I basically need to figure out what I want to sack to this thing. So he goes for Flamethrower. It's looking like Jirachi is the sack. So I already got the Toxic off on Decidueye. Yeah, I think Jirachi is the sack. And like I said, my only play is going out into my Scarf Breloom and just clicking the good old Rock Tomb. I feel like if this was Life Orb, it probably, yeah, it would almost kill with Mach Punch. This thing is very frail. So, I just Salazzle dead. Choice Scarf Breloom putting in the work. Probably going to get thumbnail duty because Breloom has been putting in the most work for me. But yeah, Scarf Breloom is actually really good in this meta. Sun and Moon is a lot slower than X and Y, so having a little bit slower Scarfers is fine. Like base 70 or higher, I say is like the minimum for Scarfers now. Used to be you needed to be like base 80, but that's really the case anymore. Now he probably doesn't have Nuzzle now that I'm thinking about it. So I will just go out into my Latias. He has Spiky Shield. It's an interesting set. But I'm just gonna Psyshock. Yeah, that does a lot. Fell Stinger. Oh god. That could be very scary. That's a really cool set. It's not really good, but it's a cool set. It's a cool set for sure. And he brings in his Toucannon, which might be like a bulky bad set, because that didn't do very much. I haven't really faced this thing too much, so not too sure what to expect. But I'm actually at the point where I can almost sweep with my Scarf Breloom. I would really like to get up Rocks at some point, though. So I'm going to see if he is banded here. Okay, that does not seem to be banded. Maybe this thing is just naturally really bulky. We'll see how fast he is here, I guess. If we outspeed, then we know he's running like an adamant nature. Yes, he is. This thing is actually a problem. Raikou should be able to take any attack. Okay, he goes for Roost. Now, if I wanted to, I could probably go for game here. I feel like I could go for game here if I just calm-minded up, but I don't really want to risk that right now. Did it change my IVs? No. Okay, thank God. Sidroid comes out, and... Can I live a Leaf Blade? Because that did nothing before. The only reason it did a lot was because of the crits. So... I'm assuming no investment, Leaf Blade. Yeah, it still kills. That crit really mattered. Because I really, really, really need Rocks Up. But luckily for me, Silvally is here and can take any of its attacks. So... yeah, like if I had Rocks Up right now, everything would die. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can really get Rocks Up against. The only thing I think I can get it up against is Togedemaru. He goes for a Leaf Blade. I can take one more unless he crits me again. Okay, I crit him. That's fantastic. So that is dead. It's gone. It's out of the way. And that is great. Araquanid comes out. I do not have a switch in for this, and it could probably take a Thunderbolt. So I will just go for multi-attack and weaken it. She has a Z move. Oh god. Hydro Vortex. That is scary. This is very scary. Now, sadly, I do have to tank, or I do have to calc this because that's just how especially defensive Araquanid is. Okay, Thunderbolt still... yeah, Thunderbolt takes it out, for sure. And I think Raikou might just win from this point. Raikou would win, like, just straight up if I had Rocks Up. Wait, it lived? Oh, I forgot to put HP investment. That was still like... okay, that wasn't even a min roll. That was bad on my part. It's okay though. I think Breloom can still win. Breloom definitely can still win. But yes, that was a very bad misplay on my part. But either way, Latias, I think, can just... basically, if he goes out into Ninetales after this and takes the Side Shock damage, I should be able to just clean up with Scarf Rock Tomb. Assuming I don't miss. And assuming he's not running a bunch of Balkans to cannon. Which he very well might be. Okay, Ninetales comes out. Now, I kind of need to know... I don't know if I can Oko 2 cannon with my Rock Tomb. It's all just going to come down to that, probably. He goes for Blizzard. I need Rocks. So this is my only potential opportunity that I could maybe get up Rocks. I might be able to tank a hit from this. If not, then whatever, this has no use anyway. But if I could get up Rocks, then that would pretty much, I think, guarantee it. Alright. Nice. And I will just go for Stone Edge. Moonblast actually isn't even able to knock me out, which is great. Togedemaru comes out, and it will die to Life Orb, whatever it goes for. Alright, so it just comes down to A, can I land Rock Tomb, and B, will it take out 2 cannon? So, let's just see. It may or may not. It does not. That was a crit. So he is definitely like max HP, and that is GG. Feels bad. So that was the first 2 losses. Both of those were my fault. And I actually didn't go up against anything really broken, so let's move on to the next one, I guess.